Could you stay there for now? 중국でも韓国でもビエナムでも大体同じ時期ですね、半日。こっちのとこは小さいところだから。But those are people from overseas. Okay. Well, hello everyone. Can you all hear okay? Lovely to have you here. As you can see, we have a special guest. I'm actually, if you mind, we're going to, for the ceremony, invite focus on, this is a Daiichi Nyorai, also known as Vairocana Buddha. I'm going to talk about him later. As I posted, he gets mentioned now and then in even some traditional Soto documents by Master Dogen and other folks. So we'll talk about what Dainichi represents, kind of a fancy statue. That one is, I understand, is probably at least 100 years old. I just happened to find it this week, and so I'm going to keep it here. Keep him, her, here in the Zendo somewhere, but I thought I'd introduce you this week and give a little talk about what the Vairocana means, even to Zen folks, And it's a symbol of something very, very precious to us. But no spoilers, I'll tell you all about that later. Beyond, our screen has done a little, okay. Bjorn, I'm sorry to impose upon you again. I think, could you do the Eno today? It's okay. Thank you so much. Well, we have a first timer. Give a wave. Hello, hello. And if you've been here before, you know what to do. And if it's your first time, just follow along. Okay? I'll give a second for Bjorn to get set up.
I'm all set up.
Okay.
I can't really see you well because of Vairocana, but
I'm over here. My hands are coming out to Vairocana.
It's okay. It's okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oops, Sleepy already lit the incense. You see what I do?
The heart of the perfection of great wisdom, Sutra. Avalokiteshvara
Sutra. Form is no other than emptiness. Emptiness no other than form. Form is precisely emptiness. Emptiness precisely form. Sensations, perceptions, formations in consciousness are also like this. O Shariputra, all things are expressions of emptiness, not born, not destroyed, not stained, not pure, neither waxing nor waning. Thus emptiness is not form, not sensation, nor perception, not formation, nor consciousness, no eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, no sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, nor object of mind, no realm of sight, no realm of consciousness, no ignorance, no end to ignorance, no old age and death, no cessation of old age and death, no suffering, nor cause or end to suffering, no path, no wisdom, and no gain, no gain. Thus bodhisattvas live this prajnaparamita with no hindrance of mind, no hindrance, therefore no fear, far beyond all delusion. Nirvana is already here, all past, present, and future Buddhas live this prajnaparamita and realize supreme and complete enlightenment. Therefore know that prajnaparamita is the sacred mantra, the luminous mantra, the supreme mantra, the incomparable mantra by which all suffering is clear. This is no other than truth. Therefore set forth the Paramita mantra, set for this mantra and proclaim Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswaka Hanya Shinyo. Buddha nature pervades the whole universe, reality existing right here now. In reciting the heart of the perfection of Great Wisdom Sutra, we dedicate our sincere efforts to Shakyamuni Buddha, Honored One, the historical Buddha and teacher, and to those ancestral teachers, Eihei Dogen, Honored One, Soji Keizan, Honored One, all successive Honored Ones up until Zuigaku Rempo, Honored One, and Gudo Wafu, Honored One, and to all other Honored Ones throughout history, same yet diverse Honored Ones whose names have been forgotten or left unsaid. We also dedicate these efforts to the three treasures, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, to all awakened ones and teachers in all places and times. We especially seek tranquility and well-being for all creatures now suffering or ill in health. May they be serene through all their ills. May their lives be at peace and wisdom pervade the darkness of ignorance. We dedicate our hopes and aspirations to all victims of war and violence and natural events, to the injured and to all families touched by these tragedies, to the healing of hatred in all countries and among all peoples, to the wisdom and compassion of our world leaders, to the peace of the world and harmony of all beings. Thus let the harmful effects of words, thoughts, and actions be dispelled, and compassion bloom in perpetual spring. May we all realize and live the enlightened way together. Om Buddhas throughout space and time. Om Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas, Maha Prajna Paramita.
Zazen. KINHIN?
Now we do walking zazen. Also, we're going to get up. My money. Very carefully. Be careful. So that I have to get here. Is that right? So, how long you'll be there? You'll be speaking. Now we do everything is KINHIN. This is also KINHIN, right? Right. And we do zazen. Same thing. But when you're walking, you should really be keep back up. Walking. This walking, different. ここにいるときはね、ここのとこはね、ここはね、全部。全部ついてる。ついてる。はい、あ、到着。到着、到着、到着。ついてる。Like this, like this. Yeah. Eyes, breath, stay. With the breath, where you need to go for top, movement. You could do. Oh, yeah. Okay. So what is going to do? Yeah, like very cold. It's okay if it hurts. It should be calm. It's not supposed to hurt. That way of sitting. So if your body feels say, if your body hurts, then that's not good. You should find a way to sit. Just forget about it. It's very comfortable. Just forget about it. This should be very important to just relax. I sometimes say, you get in the flow, just relax. At the same feeling. Yeah.
We will have Zazen and a little talk.
Gracias a usted. Y Camoate, Mino Compromodo. You can go around, yeah. Come back to your place. Do the fingers, oh. Yeah, good. Sit.
Can everyone hear me? If so, act like Vairocana Buddha. Give me a wave. Give me a wave. Okay, good. So today I'm introducing Vairocana Buddha. I told you that I found a statue of Vairocana here in Tsukuba this week, and it was lovely, so I brought it home, and Vairocana will sit somewhere in the Zendo. Vairocana is not so important in Zen Buddhism, more in Shingon Buddhism, which is the esoteric Buddhism here in Japan. But even Master Dogen mentions Vairocana many times in Shobogenzo, and you see even in our Zen chant for food, it starts off 2 times mentioning Vairocana. I'll say in a second why he gets mentioned twice. But now some of you may be a little surprised by Vairocana because many people came from other religion like Christokyo, Christianity, and you thought, oh boy, I got away from that religion with the creator who sits on a throne in a big robe. What is this? Because who is Vairocana? I got to tell you, he's very similar to that other guy. He's sitting there on a throne, and he represents the whole universe, all of reality. And he's kind of the creator. But before people say, oh, wait, I got to get out of here, I'm in the wrong place, I got to explain. We have so many Buddhas, and even this place, I got so many Buddha statues. I got the KINHIN over there. We don't have here, but there's Amida Buddha. And who are these Buddhas, and who's Vairocana? This is my theory about this, okay? I actually think that someplace in the human heart, there's some kind of similar belief, it doesn't matter east or west, because there's so much similarity, some of these, shall we say, characters between the religions. Canon, Bodhisattva, you know, Canon, yeah. Very much like in Christianity, the Madonna, Mary, you know. Paul McCartney sings, when you find yourself in times of trouble, right? Canon Bodhisattva comes to me, like that. You know, Canon is the goddess of compassion, okay? And when you're in trouble, many people go to Canon. Canon, please help me, you know. Or Amida. Amida is kind of like, I got to say, Jesus, you know. If you die, you think of Amida Buddha. He takes you to the Jodo. you know, you go to heaven, okay? And then you got this guy, who they say in Japanese, Dainichi Nyorai, that statue, Dainichi Nyorai, which represents, shall we say, Uchu, okay? So there's something in the human heart that kind of thinks the same way, religion, about these different characters. Even Shakyamuni, who's Shakyamuni? He kind of gets forgotten in all this. Shakyamuni is kind of, I don't know, like Muhammad. He's like the prophet, you know, he brought the teaching. And then you got Vairocana, who's kind of the whole universe. And then you got the canon, who's a mercy and goodness. And then you got Amida, all these people. Okay? And then I got a statue here that represents this thing, right? So how do we believe in this? Maybe you want to think, oh my gosh, I thought the Zen doesn't have all these statues and religions and Buddhas. It's very simple. Well, okay. Here's my theory. Some people need to see these things, you know. Some people need to see some symbol, some body that represents these teachings. So they make art. To me, kono butsuzo zenbu bijutsu. It's a symbol, you know. How to say? It's all just art. It's a symbol to remind the heart, okay? But some people need something that's more, how to say, concrete. You know, they can touch, okay? So they go, oh, Karen, Amida Buddha, there you are, okay? Statue, thank you, okay? But to me, that's a statue. That's moku. That's wood. That's metal. Okay. Here is the real, in the heart. You see. Okay. So I got the statue here. It's just a statue. Now, some people traditionally need to think of it really as a kind of person. So they need a statue of God, or they need a statue of Dainichi Nyorai, Lokana Buddha. They need this to see, okay? They need the statue of Amida because they need to think of it as a real person or real something. Hontoni sonzai shiteru. They need to think of it as a real person someplace that's going to help them. Good, okay, they need that. But for me, it's just a symbol of this. So what does, let's get to the point. What does Vairocana mean? Why do I say he's the creator? You hear me say many times that in the common life, we divide the world into pieces. Zenbu wakateru. Me, you, this thing, that thing, teki, tomodachi, friend, enemy, good thing, bad thing, yesterday, today, tomorrow. We cut the world into pieces, okay? Much of Buddhism is to take the pieces and toitsuru, to bring it together. Much of Buddhism, many Eastern practices, is to take the pieces and to forget the pieces and remember the unity, which we sometimes call emptiness. You can sometimes call it oneness, but we think even oneness, that's just a word. So just some wholeness, right? That is everything together before the pieces, before me and you and friend and enemy and yesterday and tomorrow, before all the world is broken into the things that cause conflict, the coming together. This is the symbol of Vairocana Buddha, represents that symbol. You know, Todai, no, Daibutsu, Todaiji, that's a Vairocana too. Yeah, no, okay. So it just represents this coming together, okay? That's all Vairocana represents. Some people had to make a statue because they could not understand it. It's kind of chushoteki, it's kind of abstract. So they need to mirumono hoshi. What do you mean toits? I need a statue. So they made a statue, okay? But it really represents that the whole universe somehow is konpon teki ni toits. is basically unified, okay? And when our heart is unified, there's peace and there's no masats, no conflict, okay? That's basic idea. Why do I say creator? Because did he create the world in 7 days? Am I going to tell you that? No, not like the other guy. But all things in the world of the pieces come from or are the unity. この分けている世界と統一の世界、同じ世界だけど、私たちね、そういうセンスがない。本当に we see the pieces, me, you, then, but there's also this, okay? So that's why I said he's kind of the creator because all things come from this. You can call it emptiness. We have other words, Dharmakaya, Buddha nature. Sometimes we just say the Buddha with the big B. All these words, okay? But really, you got to forget the words. You got to, when you forget the words, forget the Vairocana, forget me, forget you, forget Amida, forget Kanan. That's the real Vairocana. And actually, Kanan at that point becomes Amida, becomes you, becomes me, becomes Vairocana. And we forget all the names, and there's just toits, unity. In Japanese, you say toits for unity, yeah? 統一教会だけど関係ない。冗談です。That was a little joke. Never mind. That was a little joke I just told. Anyway, so there's this toits, there's unity, but even throw away toits, throw away the word unity, and then you get the true unity. You don't even need word for this. Even Dharmakaya, stupid word. Vairocana, stupid word. Dainichi Nyorai, silly name. Imiganai. Get rid of the name. You get the real toits, okay? The real unity. So, what was I saying? Why are there two Vairocana in our meal chant? This is just kind of footnote. Most times they call it Vairocana, and we dedicate this to Vairocana, and then they say right again, and then we dedicate this again to Vairocana. But in the Soto way, they actually changed the name a little. They said we would dedicate this to Vairocana, and then we dedicate it to Lokana, but it's the same guy. In some chants it just says Vairocana, and here in the Soto chant it says Vairocana, Lokana, but it's the same thing. Why? Okay. This is hard to explain, but sometimes you got different levels of these Buddhas, so don't want to get into it, but you got the people, again, in their heart needed something they could understand. They said, what do you mean I have to throw away all these names and then I find real peace and I find real goodness, but I have to throw away the word goodness. I have to throw away the word peace and I find peace. So they wanted a symbol again that they could relate to, which is kind of like something in the sky that's, I really don't want to get into this today. Let me just say it's kind of like a level of Vairocana that was more understandable for people. Between this no-name Vairocana and just us down here in the world, there's kind of an in-between that's kind of a Superman Vairocana, Superman, something image. And I'm just making it more confused. Don't worry about it. I don't want to get into this. Let me just say, the real Vairocana is not the statue, not the name, not. It's just just a symbol for this in our heart. The true time when we sit Zazen, we find this toits, we find this unity, which is peace, which is goodness, beyond this crazy world of peace and war and good and bad and love and loss. There's this wholeness, all right? This is Vairocana. So Vairocana is going to have a little home here somewhere in our Zendo, just one more statue, but I wanted to introduce who is Vairocana. But you know the real Vairocana is called Zazen. Zazen wa honto no toits. So let's just, 今座りましょう. Let's sit, okay? 座りましょう. We will now recite the verse of atonement and the 4 vows.今の今日はね、最初はね、私はいろいろな悪いことを起こした。ごめんなさい。第2は、主義を続きましょう。We continue to practice. こういった聞くだけで。はい。OK。One second.
All harmful acts, words, and thoughts ever committed by me since of old, on account of beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and mind, now I atone for them all. To save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, perceive reality, though reality is boundless, attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable, to save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, perceive reality, though reality is boundless, attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable, to save all sentient beings, though beings numberless, transform all delusions, though delusions inexhaustible, perceive reality, though reality is boundless, attain the enlightened way, a way non-attainable.
Hey, let me get Dainichi Nyorai down here. You can see. Yeah, I know he looks huge where he is. He's actually not that big, but this is Dainichi. Thank you very much. I'm going to find a lovely place for you somewhere in Orzendo. We're going to have tea if anyone wants to stick around for about 15 minutes. Otherwise, the rest of you, I wish you very good. May Lokana Buddha be with you. Lochana Buddha, it's very Hebrew. Lochana Buddha. Okay, we're going to have tea for 15 minutes. I'm very bad. I forgot the tea, so no tea for you. But can you stay or you have to go?
What time is it?
It's 11:30.
Oh,
You have to go?
yeah.
Okay, I'll talk to you for 1 minute. Bjorn, are you around? Okay, would you do me a favor, Abiel? Would you just get them going and just say hi, and I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Okay, come on. Don't forget your stuff. If you forget anything, it's mine.
All right.
So,
Give me a second, everyone. I need to stop all the, push all the buttons and stop all the things.
can you do that for me, Abiel? Thank you.
Yes. Do not worry.
Just because,
Well, at least I'll try to do it.